Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to play a little game of How Bad is Scott's Luck? This is a 2005 Chevy Silverado 1500 HD two-wheel drive. And if we're being honest, it's really just a 2500 that's sensitive about its weight. We have a wheel bearing noise. So you're probably thinking, a two-wheel drive Chevy truck, how bad could this job possibly be? It's probably one of the easiest wheel bearings there is to change. Well, this is an Illinois truck, so it's going to be a little rusty. I can hardly wait to find out what we have to do in there to get our hub off. The other problem is, I have the worst luck with wheel bearings. When I'm sure, I am positive it is one side, I go ahead and change that one. Turns out it's the other side. So we're gonna hopefully guess right on the first try. If not, we're gonna do this job twice. I don't like to sell two wheel bearings if they're not needed, so we're just gonna do one and hope we got it. It's pretty loud, and I think it's the left front. Let's see if I was right. This is a Chicago edition Silverado, so it's got a lot of holes in it. The rust kind, not the bullet kind. We'll pull our decorative lug nut holder off of there. And we pull our lug nuts off. Pull them in our lug nut holder. And because I'm hopeful and also quite delusional, I'm going to try knocking the wheel off of there. And realize it's not coming off. So we'll throw a lug nut on a couple threads and just tap it off. We'll use a hammer on the back of the tire and the wheel just to upset the experts. And then we'll pull our wheel off. That's how we do it in Chicago. We can pull our ABS wire out of here. It just clips into the brake hose. There's a bracket on it. It's supposed to pop right out of there when you squeeze the tabs, but because that brake hose is a little bit rusty, it's a little more work than it's supposed to be. We'll knock some of that scaly rust off so our new one fits in there. I'll continue prying out all the rest of our little clips for our ABS wire, all the way up to the top. And then we can unplug it. We can unbolt our caliper. I'm just going to take the caliper, bracket, brake pads, and everything. It's a couple less bolts. And the rust should hold the brake pads in, so I won't have to worry about them falling out. Well, first I have to get this bracket off of there. I know, your electric Milwaukee impact could have done that, right? Yeah, so can I. So we'll break it loose, give our impact a start, and it comes right out of there. Just have to break that patented Illinois rust Loctite out of there. I'll go ahead and tap the rotor off. I know, you can put the bolts in the rotor and push it off the hub, but if you've ever worked on a car from Illinois, you know that chances of stripping those out of there and breaking the bolt off is way better than actually getting the rotor off. So we'll just tap it from the back, because that works. We can unbolt our hub. All of our bolts out of there. And now we're just going to smash this thing out of here. Better tie the caliper up before we end up ruining the brake hose. Because replacing a bad brake hose that I ruined is just going to open up a whole other can of worms when I have to start dealing with rusty brake lines and frozen bleeders and all that fun. Alright, continue smashing the hub. Really hope this is the bad one. It's going to be bad when I'm done. We got a little rust to clean up in our knuckle. It's going to take more than my gloves. There's a monster O-ring in there. So I'm going to peel that out of the little groove it's in. And then we're going to go ahead and hit it with a die grinder. Get all that loose rust out of there. Clean out that channel so that O-ring fits in there. I'm just knocking out all the loose rust. I'm not trying to take any extra out. Just the bare minimum there. As soon as it's shiny, I stop grinding. Now we'll throw a little grease in there. Make it easier on the next guy.
All right, Picasso, that's good enough. I did throw the O-ring in there before Picasso started his masterpiece. So it's coated and it's in there. Now we're ready to put our new hub in, complete with ABS sensor. Centered on the backing plate. The bolts go through the knuckle, then through the backing plate and into the hub. Squeezes it all together. So just make sure you got the wheel bearing in the right position. The sensor is at the top. And make sure you have the backing plate in the right position so that the caliper will fit over there. The hub slides right into the knuckle since we cleaned all the rust out of there. And then we'll go ahead and start all of our bolts. This is a two-wheel drive wheel bearing. The four-wheel drives use the drive axle to hold them together, so they're not interchangeable. Don't ask me how I know. I suppose we could put some Loctite on those bolts, but let's be realistic. After about 20 minutes in Illinois, they'll be rusted in there and never come out again anyway, so we'll just let the rust take care of it for us. We'll go ahead and move that ABS wire out of the way so we don't get it pinched between the hub and the knuckle when we go ahead and tighten everything up. Since we ground all the rust out of our knuckle, we're going to have to go ahead and tighten up the bolts. The rust isn't there to hold it in anymore. So we'll torque these down to manufacturer specs. I believe it's 4 Ugga-Duggas. Those are air-powered Ugga-Duggas. I'm not sure what the electric Ugga-Dugga conversion rate is. You'll have to look those specs up for yourself. Tighten it up evenly so we don't get it sideways in there. Take our socket so the job doesn't end up costing us a fortune. Slip our rotor back on there. Unbuckle our caliper. Slip our caliper over our rotor. Believe it or not, the pad's still slid in their brackets. I was amazed. Start the bolt in the caliper. And torque those down to manufacturer specs. Now we can put our ABS wire in. Snap it into that bracket on the brake hose. I think we got enough rust out of there. Put it into our control arm. Plug it in, and there's one more clip up on top of that shock tower. Now we're ready to throw our tire back on. Tighten up all of our lug nuts. And we'll take our jack stand out of there. Safety first. Let it down on the ground. Now we're going to use one of these weird clicking ratchets. I don't know what's wrong with it. We'll go ahead and throw our center cap on. And we're going to hand tighten all the little plastic caps so that they don't get all stripped out and melted. There's about 3 of them that still have threads in them. I didn't do it. So to keep those 3 alive, we'll just tighten them all down by hand. Eventually those 3 will give up the fight and they'll lose a center cap. And now is your opportunity to place your bets. Did I get the right one on the first try, or will I be doing the other side a little bit later?
Well, what do you know? I guessed right on the first try. Maybe my luck is changing. I was getting a little worried when I spun that wheel bearing and it wasn't making any noise when there was unloaded. So I wasn't really sure, but turns out I only had to do the job one time. Well, unfortunately, this job is done now, so I can go deliver it and the video's over. So thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**.